Good morning, listeners. All right. Good morning, listeners. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, listeners, and welcome back. Usually that music fades away as I start talking. For whatever reason today, it's not. So I was just letting it run its course. But anyhow, welcome back to the Internet Marketing and Business Solutions with Ronald Couming of RCS Online Solutions, where we help business owners and entrepreneurs, much like you, attract, convert, and retain their ideal customers and clients to achieve even greater success using various internet marketing techniques and methods. In this part two of this episode of today's segment, we're going to talk about retargeting ads and how they can help you go from a 4% conversion rate to significantly more because I'll explain those. And I'll also explain what is retargeting ads. Okay, so I'm going to go into all that. But I want to let you know the way that we run this show basically is that I'll bring on subject matter experts like I did in the first section today, Albert Corey, who is a tax specialist, and he can tell you how to keep more of that money that you earned legally and legitimately. You are required to pay your taxes, but not a penny more than you owe, right? So you need to learn what you owe and what you don't owe and what's available to you. So go back and listen to that. It's archived like all these episodes are up on WCAP 980's website and my website as well, rcsonlinesolutions.com. And it'll be a couple of days when we get the clip and then put the material together and get it up there. But it's definitely something that you want to listen to. It's probably, as a business owner, it is your biggest or certainly one of your two biggest expenses is taxes. So you got to pay them, but you don't have to pay a penny more than you owe, right? So anyhow, so let's go on, and we're going to talk about retargeting ads, all right? And I've mentioned this a couple of times already, but did you know that 96% of all the people that land on your website, whether it's through the phone, mobile, or desktop, 96% of them are going to leave without buying anything or even signing up for your newsletter. And from that, when you're doing retargeting ads, and I'm going to explain that to you, you can increase that, all right? So according to research firm Forrester, it's true. Just as it's true that 70% of people who add a product to their shopping cart will leave without completing their orders. These are some depressing statistics, but don't give in to despair because there is good news here. By using retargeted ads, you can bring many of those people and those visitors back to your website and increase the chances that they will buy your products, sign up for your mailing lists, and different forms like that. Because even if they sign up for your mailing list, that is, in fact, a form of conversion because then it allows you to reach out to them over and over again, provide them with some form of value, whether it's tips, information, what's going on in your individual industry. And from there, you're building a rapport with them. And so even, that is a conversion when somebody actually signs up for a newsletter or opts into one of your, 5 tips or whatever you got going on, right? Whatever your funnel is. So what are retargeting ads? Let's talk about that for a second, okay? We got 17 minutes left to this segment, and so I'm going to let you know that all this stuff, I've prepared a written outline of what I'm going to talk to you about, and I'm going to talk about it, but I will also put that in the description of this video, so you will be able to, if I'm not able to cover everything, you'll be able to just go and read in the description whatever I wasn't able to cover, okay? So what are retargeting ads? You've probably heard retargeting ads before, at least you've heard of the term. And you've almost certainly been retargeted by other advertisers, so you shouldn't have any trouble grasping the concept. But generally speaking, retargeting is the practice of serving ads to people who have already visited your website. So here's an example. Have you ever noticed, if you've gone to a website or you clicked on a Facebook ad or something, and next thing you know, you're seeing the same ad or a different ad from the same person or someone else. that you've been retargeted, and I'm going to explain the process of that. There's called pixels, and the pixels are, if we're going to use Facebook, there'll be Facebook pixels that will be put on your website. All right, and I'm going to walk you through this, but you've experienced that. You might click on a pair of sneakers or a pair of shoes or a nice blouse or a nice computer or whatever it is that you're looking at online, and then the next day you open up your computer, or even a half hour later, and now you got all these ads from Best Buy and all these other people trying to sell you the exact product or something similar, because now you're in the database, of Facebook or whoever's sponsoring those ads are. You're in their database as somebody who's interested in that particular subject, right? So that's it. So if you've noticed that, those are targeted ads, okay? So as you can possibly guess, the goal of retargeting ads is pretty straightforward. Their intention is to bring visitors back to the website where they will hopefully make a purchase. So because if you've seen something, you were getting information on a computer, like I have put in something on Amazon and I was looking for a 512 memory disk for my phone to increase it. I have 256 in my phone. I want to add 512. Now I'm getting not only Facebook ads for it, I'm getting emails from it. You know what I mean? So, and they're offering me different ones, not just the brand name that I was looking at, right? So they probably get, they're probably some type of an affiliate, so they get a commission, right, on when somebody sells something. And I don't mean just Amazon. Other people who are affiliates can use retargeted ads as well. So it's a great income stream. But so we're going to talk about, and maybe I'll do a whole segment on actually how to do Facebook ads, how to create the perfect Facebook ad. But let's just assume that you already know that, okay? So it's smart advertising strategy for a couple of reasons. In fact, let's dig into some of the benefits of retargeting ads and talk about why it's such a essential element to an effective digital marketing strategy. So if you're not sure, how to create Facebook ads, don't worry about that for now. We can always talk about that later. Just learn and you really shouldn't waste your time anyhow learning those things. You can if you want, but you really should be paying somebody else, and then because they're going to do a much better job if you have to learn it, try it, do it. I mean, how many mistakes you're going to make? How much time are you going to spend on that when you could be selling whatever your best product is? So you have to weigh out what is the loss opportunity. You pay somebody $300, and then it saves you 10 hours of work, and you also have that 10 hours to go out and serve people or generate additional clients because you're your best salesperson, right? But all right, so here's 5 big benefits of using retargeted ads. So why should you be using retargeted campaigns? Now here's 5 of probably the biggest, and there might be others, and there's no special order here, okay? It helps you convert more of your visitors into customers. I mean, ultimately, isn't that the most important thing, right? So it helps you convert more of your visitors into customers. This, in a nutshell, is the main reason to use retargeted ads. If 96% of visitors leave without making a purchase, retargeting gives you another chance to convince these people to come back to your website and buy something. It's already on their mind. It's not a cold call. You know what I mean? You're not just putting up like an impression or an ad when somebody's scrolling through their feed and hoping they have, interest. It's like putting a billboard up on a highway and, 10,000 people go by. Well, great. You know what I mean? Most of them are employees or unemployed. And, you know what I mean? There might be 2 of them or 5 of them that are actual business owners that might actually hire you or use your service. So I mean, it's not effective. It might be for some people. So I hope the billboard people don't sue me. But I'm just saying, in my opinion, if you can actually get in front of people who are interested in your products instead of just spraying and praying, it might be more effective. Okay, so let me put that disclaimer out there. So number 2 is it improves the effectiveness of other trafficking sources. So we all know that it's difficult to make a profit serving ads to a cold traffic. Man, that's just what I said a second ago. But when you reinforce cold traffic campaigns with retargeted ads, you can improve the ROI on those ads, sometimes in a huge margin. By that I mean that you're putting the cold ad out there, right, on Facebook. Somebody clicks on it, they get some information, they don't make a purchase, but at least in that minute, that you were in their thought zone, right? They were thinking about you, your product, and your service. So when you use a retargeted ad and you get back to them, it's not a cold audience, right? So it's certainly a higher probability of success in making that conversion, that sale. And it also reinforces your brand by reminding people about your company, that you can help them cements their brand. Some studies have shown that retargeting has the additional benefit of improving brand recall. That's number 3. Number 4 is it can follow people across devices. So some platforms like Facebook and Google can show retargeted ads to people across multiple devices, which means that you can serve ads to visitors on their phone, their work computer, their home laptop, and wherever else they happen to log into. So even if they're at work and they're logging into their work computer or their work phone, if their work gives them a phone, once they get on their personal machine, chances are you'll be able to the retargeting ads will follow them. And here's, a great reason too, is it's also a very cost-effective way to generate new customers. Retargeting ads generally have a higher ROI, in part because you're targeting people who have already demonstrated an interest in your product or service. So I really can't stress that enough, okay? And then I'm going to give you 3 more because I have, looks like 8 more minutes left. So I'm going to give you 3 more tips here to generate more sales, okay? So there's plenty of traffic platforms out there that can provide retargeting ads. Some of the biggest include Google Ads, Facebook, Perfect Audience, AdRoll, and there's many more. And while they exact implementation of retargeting ads will vary from platform to platform, the basic strategy behind them will pretty much remain the same no matter which one you're using, right? You get the pixel, you put it here, you do your ads, takes them back, the pixel gets onto their, attaches to them. And okay, so here's some tips. Target the people who are most likely to convert. That's kind of a simple one, but sometimes, like I said, if you're just throwing up a billboard, and by billboard, it could be literally a billboard on the side of the road where you're just, throwing it up there. Or it could be an ad where you're just pushing it out there to everybody in a 50 square mile or a 10 square mile. But if you're really trying to get in front of business owners and entrepreneurs, or you're you sell cleaning products, you want to get in front of people who utilize those products, cleaning companies, right? So you don't want to send an ad to me and pay for that because there's 0 probability I'm going to buy that. So why waste your money, right? So you want to target the people who are likely to convert. That's a big one. So when with retargeting, you can get very specific about which visitors you want to bring back to your website. Keep in mind that some behaviors show greater buying intent than others. For example, take these 2 types of visitors. Person A added a product to their cart and then abandoned it. Person B visited a product page and then bounced. So the person who put it in their cart, they had a higher intent, they had more interest than the other person. So you could actually do a retargeted ad, not just the people who hit your page, because somebody could have hit your page by mistake, right? But you can do the retargeted ad to somebody who actually put something in your cart and abandoned your cart. I know I've gotten notices from different places like Amazon and others that if I put something in my cart and I left, I'll get an email or a text if I'm on their text list, an hour later, a day later, go back and we haven't completed your order yet. I just did something with Grant Cardone the other day, big fan, and I got a retargeted ad from him as well. But anyhow, so that's one thing, so you can target people who are most likely to convert. And now you can also, number two is, I would say, segment your audience. Some marketers take the easy way out and set up their retargeting ads and campaigns to target all website visitors. And sure, that's an easy way to get started, but it's not the most effective method. Instead, you'll get the best results if you segment your audiences. For example, you might create an audience of people who visited your blog, another audience of people who visited your sales page, and a third audience of people who added your product to their cart. Or if you have multiple different types of products, you might create a separate audience for each product category. A clothing store, for example, might have a men's shirt audience, and then a men's shoes audience, or a woman's shoes audience, and so on. Doing this will allow you to create a more highly targeted campaign. You'll also be able to send each audience a more relevant landing page. And at the end of the day, not just getting more conversions, you want to provide better service to your potential clients and then your existing clients, right? Because if they have a better user experience, if somebody's looking for shoes, men's shoes, and then you're sending them female watches, that's probably going to unsubscribe, because it's not what they're not interested in that. They're looking for men's shoes, right? So keep that in mind too. You want to always provide the best user experience as possible for your clients and your potential clients. Because at the end of the day, without them, what do you really have, right? And they become your best referral sources too. A happy client is going to tell people about their experience, just like an unhappy client. In fact, it's more likely that an unhappy client is going to talk about your company. So how about we try to eliminate or reduce those, okay? And then the last one, use compelling ad creative, right? Make sure you have like a really nice thumbnail or something that's attractive, something that's going to catch their eyes. Because if you look at all the scrolls, if you scroll through the different social media platforms or even the email taglines, something needs to get their attention, right? So you need that hook, story, offer. So these are all things that I and my company help people with fairly regularly. And at the end of the day, if you spend, let's say, $300 on an ad, but you end up with 6 new clients and each client spends $1,000 with you, did you spend $300 or did you make $5,700? You know what I mean? So, if you're really trying to grow your business, serve more people at the highest level, grow your business by serving your clients with, the best user experience, then this is a really great way to do it. Because you're leaving so much money on the table. 96% of people who get to your website leave unless you have some type of pixels on there and some type of retargeting ads or campaign set up. And it's really not that complicated if you know what you're doing, but just having the information that it's available to you, then you find somebody who can do it for you. And ultimately your business will go through the roof. And just imagine if it's you and one of your competitors, and your competitors is not using retargeted ads, but you are, chances are you're going to be picking up a whole lot more business. Again, my name is Ron Couming. You can contact me at ron@rcsonlinesolutions.com. Talk to you next week, everyone.